there's no way I'm the only one that's this fed up with the nonsense that's taking place in Washington, D.C. and in California right now. I mean, comment down below if you guys think that the Los Angeles mayor, at a minimum, needs to have her head rolling. I'm talking about L.A. Mayor Karen Bass and this horrific execution of taking care of the residents amidst this wildfire situation. I know, guys, it's not a wildfire. People are starting the fires. I get it, but this is what they're calling it. And they're more concerned about framing like how this looks versus like the people that are actually affected. And all we hear about are celebrities getting their homes burned down. And I understand some people are like, but there's regular people too that had their homes burned down. California's real estate market is so expensive that if someone's home burns down, they may not be able to live there anymore. They may be forced to move somewhere else because it's just too expensive. Some of these people's homes, residents who live in California, live in a home that was passed down to them from generation to generation. Some of these people have lost pictures and memories from deceased relatives and friends, family members that they can never, ever restore. But at the same time, I do understand that there are celebrities who are people too. They've lost their homes. I know some of them have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 homes, and this is just one of the many that they have. But, you know, my heart goes out to all of these individuals. And I understand why there are so many calls for the resignation of the Los Angeles mayor, not to mention many people want the resignation of Governor Gavin Newsom. And now he's clearly finding himself in a very desperate situation where he's to a point where he really needs Donald Trump to come in and support him because Joe Biden is about to leave office. Now, the situation actually got worse. The death toll for the Los Angeles wildfires has actually increased from 11, and it now is showing to be 24. And the news that we're about to cover today shows how the situation is actually about to get significantly worse. And this is breaking news, guys. By the way, if you haven't already, please take a second, hit the like button for the video. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys joining us in our Patreon community and joining the channel as well, new members. I really do appreciate you guys. And not just that, but also Joe Biden got hit by CNN for his nonsensical comment. Check this out.
For the last time, President Biden admitting his regrets about how it all played out.
Mr. President, do you regret your decision to run for re-election?
I would have beaten Trump, could have beaten Trump, and I think that Kamala could have beaten Trump. But I didn't want to be one who caused a party that wasn't unified to lose an election.
Wow. Do you guys think that Joe Biden really could have beat Trump? More importantly, do you really believe that Kamala had the capacity to beat Trump? I'm not buying that at all. So y'all let me know what you think on that one, because I cannot buy that in the least bit. Joe Biden has already proven what he was capable of. And clearly he couldn't do it, and he stepped down because his own party believed that he couldn't do it. But y'all let me know what you think. If you really think Joe Biden could have done it, if you really think Joe Biden should have stayed in it, y'all let me know down below.
Well, now even one CNN host says nonsense.
She ran against him and she lost. So that's just nonsensical.
Well, I think he was trying to give her kudos for running a strong campaign. I think he was.
I think he was trying to backtrack after he's been spending the last couple months, like basically dissing her.
No, I don't think that's fair.
He says I could have won.
Jake Tapper, ladies and gentlemen, has literally jumped shit. Is Jake Tapper now going full-blown MAGA? I mean, like, what's going on here? Jake Tapper has straight up called Joe Biden's nonsensical 2024 claim on Trump as bogus. I don't know. I don't know if I would have ever expected that. But first up, let's briefly talk about this crazy situation from Karen Bass. She released this bizarre video amidst growing calls for Karen Bass to resign. Check this out.
Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home?
Well, actually, that was a previous video. I actually need to send you or show you guys the most recent post from Karen Bass. But the thing for me is, it's like a lot of these Democratic officials, they don't want to assume, they don't want to take any responsibility for their shortcomings. But watch this recent post.
We're still going through it. And to any of you and all of you that have experienced the loss, the grief, the anger, the just utter shock, I've seen the devastation. It is unbelievable the amount of loss that people have experienced. But we have to get through this crisis, and I know that we will. I was at the Silmar command post today, and I saw the work of our first responders and how they've been able to defeat the fires in certain areas. We know we still have much more to go, and we know the winds are going to kick up again. But we got to stick together. We got to stand strong. And then we have to rebuild our city. We're the nation's second largest city, one of the greatest cities in the world. And
Is that help?
So the real question now is, I mean, first of all, that was just kind of weird. Like, why even let your city be in a situation where it needs to be torn down so it could be rebuilt? I mean, like, what's the real reason behind this? Now I understand there's tons of celebrities. J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez was affected. I think I saw, what was that fitness trainer? Jillian Michaels or something. There were a number of celebrities that were affected. I get it. But there's thousands of regular people like me and you that had their homes burned down. And so a lot of people are questioning, like, was this all set up for a land grab situation? Kind of like what they experienced over in Hawaii, a year ago, 2 years ago in Lahaina, Maui. So really, really interesting situation. And now, if you guys paid attention to what the Los Angeles mayor just said, they're actually preparing for the situation to get worse. They're expecting winds to start picking up again. So is this all like planned? Like, are they trying to, is this all like a strategic plan to execute their 15-minute city operation sooner than later? Like, help me make some sense of this, guys. I'm trying to put the pieces together with you guys. Los Angeles wildfires rise to 24 as more fierce winds are forecast. I mean, just sheer devastation out there. I mean, and of course, homeowners insurance companies, they're staying completely quiet. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the stock market, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We've been taking a bloodbath here with the financial markets. But among the companies that are taking some of the biggest hits right now are the insurance companies. Some of these insurance companies are down 20% on the stock market. So you can just tell who's getting hit hardest right now. And investors are looking to bail from some of these insurance companies because they're like, hey, this is bad. And I think some people are like, some of these investors are saying, hey, let me sell out of these shares because some of these insurance companies may face lawsuits from homeowners insurance policies that may have been inappropriately canceled just prior to the wildfire situation. You see where I'm going with this here, right, guys? check this out. So a growing force of firefighters moved into the Los Angeles area on Monday as more powerful winds are expected to trigger new wildfires that could set back the recent progress made in containing blazes that have destroyed thousands of homes and killed at least 24 people. So they're planning for this to get even worse in the next coming days. Crews and equipment arrived from across the United States and from Canada and Mexico, including water trucks and planes that dropped firefighting chemicals as the National Weather Service warned that the coming days could become particularly dangerous. Guys, share this video with someone who needs to hear this, because there are folks in this area who are hell-bent on staying, and I get it. You know, some people want to stay and protect their homes, but I just hope that we don't lose anybody else out there. It's predicted severe fire conditions will last through Wednesday, with wind gusts in the mountains reaching 65 miles per hour. The most dangerous day will be Tuesday. So we have less than 24 hours to prepare for what is expected to come. They're saying the most dangerous day will be Tuesday, warned fire behavior analyst Dennis Burns at a community meeting on Sunday night. So this is pretty serious, guys. The relatively calm Sunday allowed some people to return to their previously evacuated areas. So I guess some people are thinking it's safe, so they went back home. But even as containment increased in the worst of the fire areas, more bad news emerged from the ashes. In fact, the death toll surged late Sunday with an update from the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner. At least 16 people were missing. A number of authorities said that this is also likely to rise. So it's already risen. The death toll has already surged, and they're actually expecting it to go even higher. Whenever you have missing people, you already know that, you know, there's likely to be a percentage of those folks who just didn't make it. And in addition to that, we've got Governor Ron DeSantis. Governor Ron DeSantis calls special legislation session to deal with the illegal immigration issue. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Monday called upon state lawmakers to convene a special session to prepare for sweeping immigration policies once President-elect Donald Trump takes office January 20th. This is the time to get it right once and for all. Ron DeSantis said at a press conference at the Capitol, DeSantis and his office has been working with Trump's administration, his transition team, and had recently spoken with the president-elect at Mar-a-Lago, his Palm Beach home. Quote, President Trump has a mandate, and the state of Florida is going to be there every step of the way, according to the governor. Quote, President Trump will enlist every federal power and coordinate with state authorities to institute the largest deportation operation of illegal criminals, drug dealers, and human traffickers in American history, end quote. This came from Trump's spokesperson, Trump and J.D. Vance transition spokeswoman, Carolyn Levitt, who, if I'm not mistaken, Carolyn Levitt was the same spokesperson Trump had in his first administration back in 2016. Quote, the American people reelected President Trump by a resounding margin, giving him a mandate to implement these policies, and he will deliver. As you guys can see, Ron DeSantis, he posted on Twitter, he posted on his X account, today, I call for a special session of the Florida legislation the week of January 27th to prepare Florida to lead on the Trump administration's deportation program. Wow. So here we thought New York was going to be one of the biggest deportation sites, maybe even Colorado. I know Colorado's dealing with some pretty serious illegal immigration or illegal migrant situations going on over there. I thought it was going to be New York City being the biggest deportation state, but it looks like Ron DeSantis is trying to put Florida back on the map here. And today, according to his X or Twitter post, today I call for the special session of Florida legislation the week of January 27 to prepare Florida to lead on the Trump administration's deportation program. We will allocate resources and ensure state and local officials in Florida are supporting these efforts. Let me go to his page here. We have no time to waste. Florida must lead. While we are in special session, we should also address key issues facing our state: ballot initiative, integrity, disaster relief, condominium regulations. Oh man, don't even get me started on the condominium regulations. Some of these folks are about to lose their homes because the cost of these assessments on the condominiums, some of these people are getting hit with unexpected $25,000, $30,000 bills at the end of the year. So some of these folks' HOA expenses are already to the tune of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars per month. And then that's not even enough. They're also getting hit with some of these massive assessments because these condominiums are basically, many of them are below their reserve requirements. And some of these condominiums need extensive repairs and updates after, multiple bouts of Category 3, 4, and 5 hurricanes in the state of Florida. So basically, there's a lot of folks who may not be prepared, and we could very well see a massive wave of homes being foreclosed on as a result of not missing mortgage payments, but not being able to afford the assessments that the HOAs have to place on existing homeowners. It is going to be a mess over in Florida like we've never seen. Do you guys know anyone who lives in Florida? Let me know in the comments down below if you have heard of anyone experiencing anything like this, because sure, California is a tragedy, but so is the tragedy that's building up in Florida right now. I really hope that folks are getting ready for what's coming down the pipeline. By the way, guys, I really appreciate you guys joining me on the live. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Check out these videos that are coming up here next as suggested. We'll see you guys on the next one.